I have read all over the place that there are 4 phases of the menstrual cycle. This is not actually true. So let's talk about this more. I am Dr. Stacey Tanaway. I'm a board-certified OBGYN physician, and I am here with In the Know. I think many people are confused by the menstrual cycle and really think it's just limited to your period, those few days that you bleed once a month. In reality, it's a very complex system of communication between the brain, the ovaries, the uterus, and lasts the entire month. So when we think about the menstrual cycle, the ovaries have a separate cycle than the uterus does, and they talk to each other and interact, but their phases are separate. The ovary itself has 3 phases to it, and the uterus itself has 3 phases to it. They correspond, but they act separately. The ovarian phases of the menstrual cycle start with the first half, which is the follicular phase. Then the follicle develops and ovulates, causing ovulation, which is the very middle part of your cycle of the ovary. And then the second half of the ovarian cycle is the luteal phase. Ovulation happens, and the cyst in the ovary that's left over is waiting to see if a pregnancy will occur. While the ovary is cycling through its 3 phases, it's also talking to the uterus and telling the uterus what to do. The uterus itself also has 3 phases. The first phase starts off with menses, your period. Everything cleans out and recycles itself. Then it moves into the proliferative phase, where the ovary is telling the uterus to start growing its lining and preparing. When the ovary ovulates, that triggers the uterus then to go into the secretory phase, where the lining of the uterus is also preparing for potential pregnancy. And then the whole cycle starts again. Those first few days of your period are when your hormones are all at their lowest, and we feel that. We can feel headachy and tired. And then as our estrogen starts building, we start feeling more energized and feeling better. After that ovulation occurs, progesterone and estrogen start kind of rising together. We get more hormonal symptoms with that. Things such as bloating, fatigue, moodiness, all kind of come into play as those hormones rise and then they fall and it starts all over again. I always encourage people to not only track their periods, but to also track all of these other symptoms that we're feeling throughout the entire month. You could always go to your OBGYN provider, bring that cycle to them, and we can kind of correlate what you're feeling to what's actually happening in your body. Don't forget, we're all in this together and we can all relate to each other if we just have each other's backs.